Well, I'm selling my house in Idaho and I am moving to Ireland. Realistically, though, this has been 10 years in the making, so buckle up for the backstory. 11 years ago, my mame, my grandmother in France, was diagnosed with colon cancer, so I started visiting France very frequently. I was working 3 jobs just so that I could afford to go back and forth to France. Every time I was there, I just kept feeling, God, I could live here. I really could live here. So then my grandparents and my dad and I worked hard for about a year to be able to get my French passport. And I was like, hell yeah, at some point in the next 5 years, I'm going to move to France. But I was buying a house in Idaho. I was getting promoted at my job. So like there was things that were still happening in my life that I still wanted to move forward with. And then my meme went ahead and died, which was rude. And I'm making plans with my pepe to come out to Yellowstone, which I live right nearby. And then maybe I'd go live in France for 6 months. And then COVID happened. So the last time I saw him was January of 2020. And then later that year, that motherfucker went and got a brain tumor and died. Like, God. I know I'm joking, but I was gutted. And for me, home and that feeling of I could live here meant with my grandparents in the house that my dad grew up in. And so when they both passed away, in my mind, like that dream was gone. It took me a few years to get out of that with that grief that I was drowning under. Then in 2024, I start planning a girls trip to Ireland, and it's just one of the things that I do on here. I host girls trips. Anyways, super fun. 2025, we finally take the trip, and everywhere we go, I just kept feeling like, oh my God, I could live here. And don't get me wrong, am I hella Irish? On both sides of my family, actually, yes. And finally, the last day of the trip, after 7 days of feeling this way, I went, the only other time I felt this way was when I was at my grandparents' house. Maybe I really should just move to Ireland. And at first it was like, I'm going to go for like 3 months. And then after a little bit, I was like, no, I'm going to go for 6 months. And then it was like, should I just like go for like a year? And then it was like, oh my God, should I just sell my house and finally do it? Should I finally just do the thing? And then I was thinking, maybe I'll stay in America a little bit longer, a little job security. Maybe I won't do this. And then I was laid off December 31st. The universe is LOL. So now I'm finally doing it.